Reptiles as Pets by Katie Sharp. Table of Contents. Why Reptiles Make Good Pets, page 4. Are you ready to be a pet owner? Page 5. What is a reptile? Page 6. Which reptiles make the best pets? Page 8. Where is the best place to get a reptile? Page 10. What supplies and food do reptiles need? Page 12. Is your reptile healthy? Page 13. Reptiles are unusual but excellent pets. Do you have a pet? Maybe your family has a dog or cat. Your classroom might even have a pet hamster. When you think about getting a pet, you might think first of a cuddly kitten or a dog that will play fetch with you. But what about having a reptile as a pet? For some people, reptiles make excellent pets. Why reptiles make good pets? Some people are allergic to furry animals. Reptiles do not have fur, so they make good pets for people who are allergic. Also, reptiles do not need to be trained to behave. It won't be your fault if the furniture is covered with fur. A gecko won't jump on the couch, and you won't have to apologize because your snake chewed up Dad's slippers. Reptiles make good pets for some people because they do not need to be walked. Are you ready to be a pet owner? Before you get a reptile, your parents will probably insist that you show them proof that you are prepared to take care of one. You also need to ask yourself some important questions. What is a reptile? Which reptiles make the best pets? Where is the best place to get a reptile? What supplies and food do reptiles need? How can I tell if a reptile is healthy? How can I tell if a reptile is sick? You can find the answers to these questions and more in this book. There is a lot to learn about these interesting creatures. What is a reptile? Many people think reptiles are slimy and scary. Some people may even have fainted after coming across a snake in their garden. But once you know more about them, you'll know that reptiles aren't slimy or scary. Reptiles are cold-blooded animals. This means that their body temperature is about the same as the temperature of the air. They might warm up by lying in the sun or cool down by hiding under a rock. Snakes are not slimy or scary. A reptile's skin is covered with dry scales. Scales help snakes move. Scales also protect snakes as they move on rough surfaces. Reptiles don't need to spend a lot of time looking for food because they don't need as much energy to keep their bodies working. Sometimes a reptile might carry a germ that can make you sick. This is why you should always wash your hands after touching any reptile. Reptiles lie in the sun to keep their bodies warm. Which reptiles make the best pets? Some reptiles are better pets than others. The most popular are snakes and lizards. Some snakes are poisonous. Others are harmless. To protect themselves, some snakes have scales that look like poisonous snake scales. This helps them fool their predators or the other animals that hunt them. Corn snakes, king snakes, and ball pythons are harmless and good choices as pets. They do not grow too big and are very easy to handle. Poisonous. Diamondback rattlesnake. Not poisonous. Ball python. fragile, chameleon. Not fragile, bearded dragon. Bearded dragons and leopard geckos make good pet lizards because they can be handled easily. Other lizards, such as iguanas and chameleons, are very fragile. They do not like to be handled because this can make them sick. To learn more, you can borrow books about reptiles from the library. You can also ask a grown-up to help you search the Internet for websites that have useful reptile references. The pet store will be able to give you information on how to handle your new pet in a safe way. Where is the best place to get a reptile? It is never a good idea to bring a reptile home from the wild, but your local pet store is the perfect place to get one. People at the store can help you decide which reptile is best for you. The people at the pet store can also help you set up your new pet's home. Most reptiles can be kept in a glass tank. The size of the tank depends on how big the reptile will get. The tank should have a screened lid on top to let air inside. Snakes are good at escaping, so be sure the lid fits tight or has a latch. Reptiles also need material in the bottom of the tank, such as gravel and rocks, to sleep on and slither through. You will need to clean your reptile's home about every 2 weeks. You also will need to find a veterinarian or pet doctor. He or she will have a genuine interest in caring for your new pet. Tips on finding a veterinarian. 1. Ask the pet store, friends, and neighbors to recommend a veterinarian. 2. Make an appointment to see if you feel comfortable with the veterinarian. 3. Ask if the staff have experience dealing with reptiles. 4. Find out if emergency care is available. 5. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Some reptiles eat only plants. Others eat only meat. Some eat both. What supplies and food do reptiles need? Because reptiles are cold-blooded, they need heat from a light with a special bulb to warm them up. A pet store can show you what kind of light and bulb your reptile needs. Some reptiles eat meat, such as mice or insects, which can be bought at the pet store. Other reptiles eat only plants, such as fruit and leaves. Some reptiles eat both meat and plants. Is your reptile healthy? Because animals do not talk, it is difficult to tell if they do not feel well. This makes it important to observe your reptile's behavior every day. Here are some things to look for. Is your reptile eating as much as usual? Is it drinking water? Is its skin the usual color? Does your reptile look healthy? If you notice that something is not right, call your veterinarian right away. A veterinarian checks to make sure that a reptile is healthy. Owning a pet is a fun but big responsibility. You need to make sure that you have the time and money it takes to care for a reptile. If you cannot own a reptile, there are other ways to enjoy them. Take a trip to the zoo or read books and poems about them. One way or another, it is easy to make these amazing creatures a part of your life. Take good care of your new pet, and you will be friends for a long time. Responding. Target vocabulary, Word builder. Many verbs have endings added to them. In the verb insisted, ed is added to the verb insist. Think of some other verbs that have endings added to the end of them. Copy and complete the chart below. Write about it. Text to text. What animals have you read about that don't make good pets? Write a paragraph explaining why some animals are not good pets. Use one word from the word builder. Target vocabulary. Apologize. Borrow. Fainted. Fault. Genuine. Insisted. Local. Proof. Reference. Slimy. Target strategy. Question. Ask questions before you read, as you read, and after you read. Word teaser. When a detective looks for clues, what is he or she looking for?